Have you ever looked into a mirror and wondered if something was looking back? Not your reflection, not a trick of the light, but something else. Something that waits, learns, and watches you from the other side. Tonight, we're going to tell you a story unlike anything you've heard. A story of whispers behind glass, of shadows that smile, and of a house that remembers. If you're brave enough to keep watching, just remember this. Never trust the man in the mirror. It started when Jonah moved into the old Holloway house. Jonah Maddox wasn't scared of old houses. He restored them for a living. Architect, practical, detail obsessed. When he got the contract for the Holloway house, it felt like just another paycheck. The house stood at the end of a forgotten road in northern Vermont. No neighbors, no cell signal, just pine trees and snow. Locals avoided it. Some called it cursed. One old man at the gas station muttered, "The mirrors remember." They always do. Jonah chuckled. People and their ghost stories. But when he pulled up to the house, his laughter stopped. Because every window was covered from the inside with black cloth. Every single one. Inside, the air was still. Heavy, like it hadn't been breathed in years. Dust lay thick on everything, except the mirrors. Every room had at least one. Gleaming, polished, ancient. They weren't hanging on walls. They were the walls. Jonah didn't notice right away, but those mirrors, they weren't reflecting exactly what they should. Angles were off. Shadows moved on their own. His reflection looked a little sharper, almost amused. By the third day, Jonah was sleeping less. His dreams were plagued by whispering. Wet, sticky sounds like breathing through a straw. One night, after a long day of measurements, he passed by the upstairs hallway mirror and stopped cold. His reflection had already turned the corner. Before he did, Jonah laughed nervously. Tired, he whispered. Just tired. He decided to cover the mirrors. The moment he draped the first one, the light in the room dimmed. The air dropped 10 degrees. From the hallway mirror, he heard his own voice, but wrong. You shouldn't have done that. He ripped the cloth back off, and the reflection wasn't him anymore. It was smiling. Jonah tried to leave, but the front door opened into the same hallway. No matter how many times he tried to turn around, go through the kitchen, exit through a window, it always led back into the house. The mirrors now showed rooms he hadn't seen. A basement with chains, a bedroom with blood-smeared walls, a nursery with a mobile made of teeth. He found photographs in the attic, dozens of people, all standing in front of mirrors, their faces blurred, burned out. But in every photo, just behind them, a second figure stood. A man. In one, the face was unmistakable. It was Jonah, but the date on the back said 1912. Jonah found the journal in the master bedroom. It belonged to a man named Elias Holloway, the original owner, a mirror maker obsessed with reflection transference. He wrote about opening the glass, about letting the other side speak. His final entry read, "The man in the mirror is patient. He doesn't want to kill me. He wants to become me." That night, Jonah woke at 3:33 a.m. to the sound of his own voice whispering in the dark. Not from his mouth, from the mirror across the room. It said, "You sleep so peacefully. I almost envy you." Jonah stared. His reflection didn't move. Then, slowly, it reached toward the inside of the glass. Jonah smashed the mirror. Shards flew everywhere. But each one still showed a whole, untouched version of his reflection grinning. He tried to destroy the rest. But every mirror he broke just came back the next morning. Bigger, clearer. He stopped seeing his reflection entirely. Even in his phone screen or his spoon. It was always that other man now. Sometimes Jonah would blink, and for a split second he was inside the glass, looking out. And then, one morning, he woke up and everything fell off. Quieter, slower, like he was underwater. He rushed to a mirror and saw nothing, no reflection, just darkness. But in the glass, a face emerged. His own, smiling. But it was on the outside, Jonah screamed, pounded on the other side of the mirror. But no one heard. He's still there now, inside the glass. And the thing that took his place? It wears his face. It walks the world. It answers his emails. It lives in his body. No one knows it isn't him, because it learned everything by watching, and now it's watching you. That's the thing about mirrors. They don't reflect you. They reflect who's next. So the next time you pass a mirror, pause for just a second longer. Stare into your reflection. Watch it closely. And ask yourself, what if it doesn't blink when you do? If this story gave you chills, like, share, and subscribe for more twisted tales. And remember, some reflections should never be trusted. Until next time, stay out of the mirror.